tip number 1, the most important thing to do and the first thing to do is to be intentional. Have intention. Not just have a general intention, have a very clear intention before you speak. And this is applicable for public speaking, for work meetings, for presentations, but even when you're just talking to friends, family, when you're just socializing. And it's within these daily moments is where we want to practice so that in actual presentations, work meetings, public speaking situations, it's going to flow way more naturally. Next thing to remember, and this kind of comes with the intention setting, is being definitive. And this is the bane of my existence. You guys must know. I mean, I'm so much better than I used to be, and it's only getting better and easier. Stay tuned for my 2024 mantras. That's one of them. It's only getting better and easier. It's only getting better and easier. But yeah, it's been hard for me to be definitive, but it's very important. And once I became really a lot better at intention setting, the being definitive became a lot easier for me to practice. For example, live right now, what's happening? Because I am intentional and I jot these techniques and tips down, instead of me writing a paragraph for each tip and technique, I just write the point forms. And that helps me remember to just get to the point of each point. So we're going to move on. Breathe, slow down, and take pauses. Breathe, slow down, and take pauses. For someone that is already really good at slow talking, maybe you actually want to practice speeding up and speaking faster too. So, do that. But I think for a lot of us, especially people who have social anxiety, we forget the power of the breath and just it's okay to slow down. And when we consciously do this, it really just helps us come back to our center, our balance, and become present again. Whoever we're pitching, serving, or just speaking to, they will pick up on your energy. And if you're really imbalanced and grounded, number 1, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. Number 2, you're influencing their energy to be ungrounded and anxious to, or just to not want to talk to you anymore. And also, when we want to make points, when we want to really hit it on the nail for the other, it's good to slow down to make those points. And when we slow down, take a breath and take a pause, it's going to allow that flow back into talking fast, be more entertaining too, reducing filler words and phrases. And it's something that I not only notice in myself, and now that I'm practicing more and more, I see it so much in people. A lot of my coaching clients, just everyone around me, especially people that are not in the position of needing to public speak a lot, needing to speak out loud in a more professional or more in a setting where there's many people. So it's okay, it's fine. But if you're watching this video and you want to improve your ability to speak with more potency and power, this is a huge one. Reduce those filler phrases and words. And what are some filler phrases and words? Like, if you're committed to saying like less, when you breathe and you slow down and you pause, you'll remember that point. So things like, or I still say I think it's fine, but it's just reducing it a lot more. And again, when we take pauses and when we become comfortable with pauses, that really helps with reducing filler words and phrases too. A lot of times we add in filler words and phrases because we're scared of the pauses. So I think that's a great way to start. That's a great place to start. Just when you're talking and if you need a moment to think, or you just have a gap between things you're saying, don't fill it with something. Just let it be. Second to last tip is acknowledgement of the party you're speaking to. And again, this is especially good when you're pitching or serving. Pitching because you want something from this person, or when you're serving, you want to help them, but you need to keep their attention going to know what you're talking about. So that is why acknowledgement is great. instead of you just talking, even if you're taking pauses, you're getting to a point, you're doing all this, that, especially if it's like one-on-one or an intimate group, you want to, it's like checkpoints too. You want to see if they're understanding you. You want to keep them engaged. You want to interact, asking questions. So whatever you're just saying, you can be like, what do you think of that? Or based on what I just said, if this happened, give them a scenario. Be like, what would you guys do? Tie whatever point you're just making and ask a question to see if they understood that point. And it's great to storytell and paint a scenario instead of being like, do you understand what I just said? If that is challenging to do for now, I would recommend to just understand the party you're talking to and include points where you're just addressing that you are aware of their needs. I'm sharing the points and I can be like, Bob, I love the way that you deliver your words. I am inspired by you. The way that you flow from funny to making a sincere point, you always make us laugh in meetings. That's a great example of delivery. Something like that. So before you get to the place where you can feel confident in letting them actually talk to you to interact and take questions live, you can just acknowledge people that you're talking to. And if it's a mass group, you can acknowledge something that's relevant for the entire group. But acknowledgement is always great because, of course, when you're in the audience and you get acknowledged, yes, sometimes it might be a little bit nerve-wracking too, but it keeps your attention on them. Lastly, I phrases. I phrases is a great way to infuse more potency and power in our speech. And what do I mean by that? It really is just becoming conscious every time we say I and what comes after that. What comes after I? A couple easy ones would be say less I think. If you rewatch this video, I probably have said I think. It's not about just removing it all from your vocabulary. There's times where it just makes sense. But if you just think about the meaning behind I think is less potent and powerful than this is the way it is. Or you just get into the point instead of I think it could be like this. You can just say it could be like this. You want to play with it more. So that's why it's good to just start to notice every time you say I think and just look at that sentence you're saying and just find a way to say the same thing but without saying I think. Two other examples would be something like whenever there's an opportunity to replace I should, I could, I will, I can, I want, I need, and see how you can start to say I am more. Rephrase it to I am. And another one is something like I hope. Replace it with I trust. So anything you say after I, try to make it more definitive. You're in full confidence and knowing of it already. It's not about being so sharp and aggressive, but it's just in this way where you can even be late, but you're in knowing and you're in confidence. Commit to it. Don't just be thinking, I want to speak better, be more confident, this and that, but not doing anything about it. Or thinking that by reading books or taking a class, it's going to happen. No. If you want to speak more with potency and power or just reduce filler phrases and words, all it takes, and this is the easiest way too, is to start doing it in every single moment when you speak. Start using every single moment as practice. So, and I actually recommend recording yourself on video or voice noting yourself more, or just voice noting friends. Use different ways to listen to yourself first. Don't be scared. Don't be uncomfortable. This is the way to self-actualize. Listen to yourself through voice notes or video recordings to just see where you are doing a lot of filler right now. That's it. Thank you guys so much. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. I hope these tips have been helpful. Please keep sharing your stories on how any of my guidance have helped you or any of my personal stories you relate to. I love reading these comments. You can also let me know what you want to see. And I do have a lot more content lined up for you. So I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I love you guys. And get coaching with me. It's in the description below, energy coaching. And you can also get my social interactions and human energy handbook. Great resource to really understand how we're all interconnected, and then the practical techniques to navigate everything. Remember, guys, when in doubt, sometimes we just have to see things from a new view. Sometimes you just have to see things from a new view. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.